I love living in Austin, but it really isn't for everyone. So in this video, we're going to talk about the things that you need to know about living in Austin before you decide to make the move here. Because Austin is going to continue to grow and evolve, but at its heart, the core of what makes Austin Austin, it's not going to change. Hi, I'm Tiffany Moore. I'm a realtor and broker right here in Austin, Texas. I put up videos every week about what it's like to live here, the growth going on here. So if you're thinking about moving or you just want to know about Austin, go ahead and subscribe so you make sure you don't miss any videos. Also, if you are moving here and you've got any questions, go ahead and click the link in the description. It goes straight to my calendar. You can book a time to talk with me. So let's get to it. Number one, Austin is hot. Like, it's really hot. This year in 2022, we had one of the hottest summers on record, and we hit 100 degrees for the first time on June 4th. I remember that date specifically because I was like, wow, it's only June 4th and we're already at 100 degrees. And between June 4th and about the end of September, it was about 97 to 104 degrees every single day. So Austin gets very hot. I usually tell people around Halloween is when you can kind of expect for it to cool down, but this year it was more like mid-November. We did have a warm Thanksgiving. We had a freezing Christmas, like that was when the whole country froze over. And now I'm filming this video on January 2nd and it's 75 degrees outside. So Austin is hot, but there are a lot of things that you can still do when it's hot outside. So one, you want to make sure that you bring water with you wherever you go. You want to be in the shade and you want to bring your sunscreen. If you've got those three things, you can pretty much enjoy any time in Austin. There are also a lot of cool things that you can do to cool down. So we've got the Barton Springs pool. It is a natural spring that is made into a pool, like dug out into a pool. There's like grass on the banks, trees and everything. It is one of the best places to be during the summer. But other than that, there are a ton of other watering holes around town. Tons of lakes, pools, things that you can do to just jump in, cool off, and relax and enjoy Austin. So you need to be aware that it gets hot here. Like, it gets really hot and it's humid. So it's not just like Denver where it's like, oh, it's hot, but I can still like enjoy life. Like, it's difficult, but you can still do it. We have a ton of patios out here, and one of the best things to do is sit on a shady patio, have a beverage, cool off. But just so you know, like, if you hate the heat, you might not enjoy living in Austin. Number two, there's weed here, like marijuana. And I haven't really talked about this before, but it is something that you need to know if you're going to be moving to Austin. So one, no, marijuana is not legal here. There is some limited medicinal use, but it's not like we have any dispensaries. Oh, I take that back. Texas has 2 dispensaries. For all of Texas, Texas is massive, and so it only has 2 dispensaries. So for all intents and purposes, no, Texas doesn't have any dispensaries. But in May of 2022, Austin passed Proposition A, and it passed by a landslide. So 86% of the voters in Travis County and 77.6 voters in Williamson County passed to vote Proposition A. And what it says is people in Austin cannot be arrested or cited for possession less than 4 ounces of marijuana. Let me say it again, 4 ounces, not 4 grams. That's so much. Like, that is so much weed. It's crazy. So basically, what does this mean? One, it means that Austin is obviously the live music capital of the world. We know that. And so if you're going out to a show, or you're going to like a little concert here or there, or you're even going to a big music venue, you are going to see and or smell marijuana at some point in your journey. And not just concerts, like if you're going to a park, or if you're going out on 6th Street or Rainy Street or somewhere where there's a lot of bars and restaurants, you're going to encounter marijuana sometime on your journey that night. You're either going to see it or you're going to smell it. Someone's going to be passing it around you. I don't want you to think that like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go to McDonald's and there's going to be people smoking weed just in the restaurant. No, I'm not talking about places where kids go. I'm talking about places where adults go. Anywhere where you're going to find people like drinking and having a good time doing those things, it's probably where you're also going to find marijuana. It's pretty much that common. So something that you need to be aware of. Even before this passed, I was running downtown one morning and I saw some dude on a bench just on the street downtown lighting a joint at 8 a.m. on a Sunday. So even before this passed, like, there was marijuana everywhere. It's just more prevalent now because it's not as risky. So it's something that you need to be aware of. Don't be shocked when you go somewhere and you're like smelling weed or whatever. It's okay. And it's probably coming to Texas at some point because of the tax possibility. Like, we can make so much money in Texas, and Texas loves taxes. So something to be aware of. If you like hate it or you're allergic to it, something like that, I don't want you to be surprised if you go out to a concert or you go out, hanging out at the bars one night and you're like, oh my gosh, what is this? There's marijuana everywhere. Like there is marijuana everywhere. Not where kids are. I want to reiterate that. It's usually not where kids are at. But if you're out somewhere where adults are at, it's probably going to come out. Number 3, there are a lot of hippies in Austin. So you might have gathered that from the last point that we talked about. But just wanted to mention that if you're coming here from a more conservative area or from a smaller town that is a little bit more conservative, just be aware that like Austin is in Texas, yes. And Texas for the most part is red because it's so big and there's so many rural areas. But Austin is like a little blueberry that was dropped into a bowl of tomato soup. And there's going to be extreme liberal views to moderate liberal views, but you're going to be exposed to some kind of liberal/left views or conversations here in Austin. So something that I thought was really funny, my parents came out a couple weeks ago and I took them to a restaurant that we go to all the time, and we were just there for lunch, and our server came up to us and he had his fingernails painted and his hair looked just very nice. Looks like he actually made an effort. And he walked away and my dad was like, oh, I guess we're in the big city now. We don't see a lot of folks like that where we're from. I'm just like, what happened? What are we talking about? I'm just like, oh, the dude with his fingernails painted. Like, yeah, you're going to see that a lot in Austin. My husband and I have a Muay Thai gym, and probably a third to half of the guys that go to our gym have their toenails painted regularly, their fingernails painted, have their hair dyed. Like, it's just much more prevalent here because it is a liberal town and people are moving here because it's an inclusive town. So that's the other point that I want to make, is it's not just liberal, it's inclusive. So conservatives are welcome here. Like the unofficial motto of Austin is all are welcome, as long as you're not spewing hate. Like hate isn't welcome here, but all lifestyles are welcome here. So there's something to be aware of. You're going to be exposed to a lot of different things that maybe you don't see regularly if you are coming from a more conservative area. 4, Austin is really green. So tons of trees and bushes and flowers everywhere. So if you're looking for like a concrete jungle or those things don't appeal to you, you may not enjoy living in Austin. We have tons of parks. We have literally over 100 trails in Austin. Every neighborhood has got like a park and a playground. And people in Austin seem to really enjoy being outside and being part of it. There are a couple downsides to this. One, we have so much life, so much flora and fauna that we have like huge allergy issues here. Every time of year, there's something different going on with the allergies and what kind of muck is out in the air that's going to mess all your stuff up. So like November to January is usually cedar season. We call it cedar fever. And even if you've never had allergies before, you may get bad allergy issues when you move to Austin. Also, because we have so much habitat and trees and bushes and flowers and places for critters to live, that we have critters here. So we have snakes and we have mosquitoes and we have scorpions and we have spiders. But you're not going to see them every day and they're not going to be like attacking you everywhere you go. So people ask me all the time, oh my gosh, y'all have crazy scorpions out there. Am I going to see scorpions every day? I have to tell you, I've lived in Texas for almost 15 years, 4 of them in El Paso, like in the desert. And I've never seen a scorpion in my house, in my clothes, on my shoes, anywhere. On the other side, I have friends who lived in Cedar Park for like 10 years. They're like, oh yeah, I had a scorpion in my bed last night. And then there was one in my shoes when I was putting my shoes on. That's just never happened to me. So yes, scorpions are out here. Are you going to see them every day? Do you have to get like your scorpion spray with you wherever you go? Probably not. I don't even know if scorpion spray is a thing. If it is, cool. You may want to get some. But yeah, you're not going to get bombarded with snakes and scorpions and spiders everywhere. It's the same as any other place where there's trees and bushes and water and things like that. But the other side of that is when you're driving down the highway towards like the end of March, you're going to see like wildflowers and bluebonnets, and it's just the most beautiful thing ever. Like spring in Austin is something to behold. It's gorgeous and it's just like happy and wonderful, and it's one of the best parts of living here. So we do have a lot of green. It comes with the wildflowers and the bluebonnets. It also kind of comes with some snakes. So okay, I'll take it. Number 5, Austin loves dogs. So you can bring your dog pretty much anywhere in Austin. You see dogs at all the regular places like parks, most restaurants that have patios, dogs are welcome out there. They'll even bring out like a little bowl of water. Some of them have amazing doggy treats, which is awesome. But the other cool thing is like there's not just like parks where you can bring your dog. There are a ton of dog parks in Austin. And there's so many that they're not just dog parks, they're like cool people parks too. So you bring your dogs, they go and play around with all the other dogs, and the dog park also has like a bar and a little snack cart. So it's somewhere where everyone can have fun. You can go and hang out there for a few hours and you have a good time. Your doggy has a good time. It's awesome. You may also randomly see dogs in a grocery store. So I have seen dogs both walking and just like being held in a little purse in a grocery store and in a bar. So Austin is a really big dog town. Everyone here loves dogs. If you're allergic to dogs or you don't love dogs, just FYI, you're probably going to see them wherever you go, especially if you're going somewhere outside. Number 6, Austin is a foodie town. And that is one of the reasons that my husband and I moved here over 10 years ago. The food scene here is incredible. And it's everything from like, even if you're going somewhere basic to get like a bratwurst or some eggs or amazing bread, like that's going to be done at such a high level. It's incredible. And then you can go somewhere and have like the fanciest meal and it's delicious. But I want to say that because not everyone is a foodie. Not everyone loves awesome food. Not everyone's interested in food. They could literally eat the same like peanut butter and jelly every day for every meal for the rest of their lives and they'd be fine. So if you don't want to eat that or you're not interested in eating that, you're going to have to find a few places that you like that don't have crazy things on the menu, or a few places that have the things that you like on the menu. If you're an adventurous eater and you like trying new things and you love like amazing cuisine, things like that, you are going to love Austin. But if that's not your jam, like there are a lot of other places to go in Austin and you can get something basic that's not crazy expensive. You may also end up accidentally eating some incredible food. But I want to say that because for people who just want to go out and get like, I just want a basic hamburger, I just want a basic taco, whatever. There are a few places like that in Austin, but that is not the majority of the restaurants. Usually wherever you go, it's going to be something delicious. I know like, oh, how could that be a bad thing? Not everyone wants that. So I just wanted to make you aware, like almost everywhere in Austin has amazing food. If you just want something basic, you may have to just kind of be intentional about finding those spots. Number 7, this is so funny. I asked my husband, I was like, hey, I'm doing a video about like, don't move to Austin unless you can handle these 10 things. What should I put on the list? And he said, number 1, waiting in line. So I was like, yes, I already got that. That's on the list. So yeah, we wait in line for everything in Austin. I don't really know how it started or where it started, but it is definitely a thing. And it's something when I travel and I come back to Austin, I start waiting in lines. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm back in Austin again. So everything from like ordering food, ordering a beer, picking up the food, waiting in line to get in the door somewhere, waiting in line to buy a poster or buy a t-shirt or somewhere if you're at a show, like we wait in line for everything. One of my friends joked that like, it's not a real visit to Austin until you wait in line for a burger. So I was at one of my favorite restaurants where you wait in line to order at the counter and then they bring it to you. And I'm waiting there and I'm on my phone looking at the menu trying to figure out what I want. And this lady comes up behind me and she is just like baffled. She's like, this is new, waiting in line to order food at a bar. And in that instant, I knew like, oh, you're not from here. You're clearly not from Austin because we are used to waiting in line for everything. So yeah, she was a really nice lady. I ended up talking to her for a while about like, yes, this is actually what we do. And this is how the restaurant works, blah, blah, blah. Everything here is amazing. But it's really funny that it's just part of our everyday culture that you can tell when someone's not from there, like, why am I waiting in this line? This is such a new concept. Like, it's not. That's just how we do things in Austin. Get ready to wait in line for a lot of things. Number 8, Austin is a tourist destination. Like Austin is a destination town, which is cool because that means there's a lot of really fun stuff to do and it's a really cool place to live. How many times do you go on vacation and you're just like, oh my gosh, I could live here. This place is so cool. That's Austin. You know, the first time I came to Austin was on a work trip and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I need to live out here. And then we did. So that to say, like it or not, there's always something cool going on in Austin. There's always some festival that people are in town for. So when you are going out and about and you're at a restaurant or you're at a show or you're at a bar, the people next to you, there's like a small chance that they're even from Austin. So if you're trying to make friends or you just want to like talk to people and entertain yourself for a while, really good conversation starters. Here are 2 questions that you can ask anyone and usually get a unique answer. 1, how long have you lived in Austin? So my husband and I have a gym, I mentioned it, and one of the first questions that I ask people is like, how long have you lived in Austin? And very few people are like, oh, I was born and raised here. Oh, I've been here for 20 years. Like, those people are unicorns. Folks who are born and raised here, it's like, oh my gosh, everyone gather around. Tell us the stories of how long you've lived in Austin. What was it like 20 years ago? But yeah, most people who live here moved here and have recently migrated here. So that's a really good way to start a conversation. How long have you been here? And two, where are you visiting from? So people are either just moved here or they're just in town for fun. They're here for a bachelor party or a bachelorette party or a friend's weekend or a wedding or a honeymoon, anything. A lot of people are in town just to have fun because Austin is a really fun place to be. But if you don't like that, if you're like, oh, I want everyone here to have been here for 20 years and I want to know the people I talk to, like they're part of the community and they're centered here and they're rooted here. Austin is just not that town because people are literally over 100 people are moving to Austin every day, and tourists come here all the time for our festivals and just to have a fun time on vacation. Number 9, I think this is kind of interesting. There is a lot of money in Austin, but it's not showy money. So the household income in Austin is 35% higher than it is in Dallas. And there's been more recent job growth and more projected future job growth in Austin versus Dallas. But Dallas is a lot more showy about the money. So just an example, I used to go to Dallas a lot for work, and they would take us to this restaurant that the restaurant itself and the servers thought they were amazing. They were just like, oh my gosh, I'm so privileged to work here and you're so privileged to be here tonight. And at the time we went, when I went to this restaurant, my husband and I, we're craft beer fans and we've been brewing beer forever. And I was really into craft beer and I kind of knew everything about it. We've been brewing for 15 years. So I kind of know a lot about beer. And I was asking about this one beer and the server was explaining it to me all incorrectly, using all this crazy terminology. We're just okay, thank you. I can tell you don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to get something else. He's like, well, we're known for our Grey Goose on tap. It's oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. That to me encompasses Dallas. Dallas is really excited about having Grey Goose on tap and having a lot of money and being showy about it. Austin has a lot of money, but you'll be sitting next to someone in a restaurant with crusty jeans, a torn t-shirt, and 20-year-old rainbow flip-flops. And they own a $2 million house and they have a $5 million revenue company. And they are just talking to you like you're a normal person, they're a normal person. And they are, because there are a lot of people like that in Austin, but you wouldn't really know it because Austin is not very showy with money. So if you're looking to come out here and be showy with the money, cool. Obviously, like I said, all are welcome. You can do whatever you want to do, but Dallas is more the scene for that. And number 10, this is actually a really serious one. The drivers in Austin are terrible. They're terrible. So this is the Austin traffic strategy, according to my husband. He's one, tell people the left lane is not actually for going fast or for passing. The left lane is where you go 10 miles below the speed limit. The middle lane is the best lane to drive in, unless the right lane is open, and then just take the right lane all the way through. So yeah, driving in Austin is not fun. It's also not the safest place to drive. So the number of fatal crashes in Austin is trending in the wrong direction. I'm going to run through some numbers real quick. In 2019, we had 87 fatal crashes. In 2020, we had 89. It's probably because, we were on lockdown in 2020 and not a lot of driving was going on. Because in 2021, we jumped from 89 to 112 fatal crashes. 120 people died from auto accidents in Austin, and that is the highest number since Austin Police Department has been tracking it for over 40 years. We don't have the numbers out for 2022. I hope it's better, but just seeing the way the trend is going, I don't anticipate that it will be. So just to say, please be safe and keep a lookout when you're driving in Austin. Drive friendly, drive defensively. Don't be in a hurry. When I started planning my day to get somewhere 15 minutes before I needed to, and I started listening to lo-fi chill hop on my Spotify when I was driving, my stress level went down significantly, and I'm able to not get angry when someone cuts me off, not worry about making this red light, just kind of drive leisurely. That is the best way to drive in Austin because there are some aggressive drivers. There's a lot of road rage out there, and it's not fun. It's really not fun driving out here. So if you already get really stressed out driving in traffic, just consider that before you think about moving to Austin. Something that you need to be aware of is that the drivers here are terrible. We actually have a lot of fatal accidents and traffic fatalities. And just be careful, like be really careful. So those are some things that you need to be aware of if you're thinking about moving to Austin. And if you're planning to move here and you have any questions, I'm happy to help you out. Click the link in the description and book a call with me. I'll see you soon.